Hello everyone, my name is Pedro Garcia, and today I will be presenting my research study, The Elementary Teacher's Perception of Mobile Technology in the Classroom. The abstract and keyboard. The research focuses on the perception that elementary teachers have in regards to mobile devices in the classroom, and the purpose is to find teachers' perceptions and attitudes towards the mobile devices in the hands of elementary students. The purpose is to make generalizations about teachers' perceptions of technology. And the keywords are effective classroom practices, mobile devices, iPads and iPods, technology in the classroom, and teachers' perceptions and attitudes. As an introduction, I'd like to mention that the paper incorporates literature review on technology. I found a lot of literature that focuses on the efficiency and efficacy of the iPads and iPods and tablets in the hands of students. There was more literature I could add as far as middle school and high school students, and not necessarily so much as far as the younger kiddos, as in elementary. I focus primarily on phenomenology, and the reason I went for that is because I work at a campus at a school district that went through the TLC Cubed initiative, and it is McAllen Independent School District. And as a vision, they empowered every classroom, every student to have a mobile device in their hands. The statement of the problem. As elementary teachers witness the coming of technology in their classrooms, their attitudes and perceptions, I believe, play an important role in how they use the devices. And so the perceptions of the technology impact the use of the devices. As far as the literature review, I'd like to generalize that I found two major um, themes, I could say: technology for literacy development and technology for diverse learners. There was a lot of literature as far as different applications, different apps that can be used for literacy development and even for mathematics, arithmetic. But um, there was way more as far as using mobile devices to address the needs of diverse learners, such as English language learners, special education students, and so on and so forth. And all that literature I mentioned on this paper. The purpose and significance of the study, as you can imagine, taking into account, and if my findings were actually that the perceptions of the teachers in regards to technology have an impact on how much they use it, will it be important to the district, to the people making decisions, to the people who are allocating the funds, and so on and so forth. The method, it's convenient sampling. Again, it takes place in an elementary campus that 3 years ago went through the transformation of having a handheld device for every student. And so, phenomenology, because I wanted to find that essence through the interviews of the different teachers that have been at this campus and went through the whole adoption of the technology. I pursued the following questions. Are mobile devices perceived as an effective instructional tool? What are the teachers' attitudes towards children who use iPads and tablets in the classroom? Do teachers' attitudes towards technology affect the use of devices in the classroom? What are effective instructional tools are perceived by the teachers? And do teachers see mobile devices as distractions for students? I had about 20 questions, actually 20 questions that I utilized with the teachers who participated in the interviews, and you see some of them there. And the assumptions And the limitations for the study obviously is that I would be making generalization based on the respondents that I use for the study. Again, there are teachers who have come who are new to the campus, who didn't necessarily go through the entire adoption of the devices. And so my assumption would be that their responses would mirror those of a teacher who has been there since the initial initiative started. The expected outcomes, I expected to find a teacher's understanding as far as the technology devices and the best practices and how much of their attitudes affect the implementation of the devices. I'd like to finalize by mentioning the conclusion. And of course, the literature provided different perspectives in the utilization of mobile devices in elementary classrooms. And it also provided a lot of information in regards to digital literacy, the expansion of technology in the educational arena, and the need for teachers to continue with professional development. As far as the interviews, I actually went through the full review, submitted the proposal to IRB. They sent it back, and I did the fixing the areas that I needed to address, and it was approved. So I was able to go to district's office and get the consent from the HR department and then from the campus principal to be able to interview the teachers after school or even before school in a couple of the cases. So after the interviews, I transcribed all the information and I was able to see three persistent themes. And number one was mobile devices need to be managed. And the teacher's perspective were that there are no policies in place as far as do the devices stay in the classroom? Are the students able to take them home? Where do they charge the devices? Who's truly responsible for the iPad? Is it the teacher? Is it the parent? Is it the student? And other issues concerning the management of the devices. The second one is iPads have a positive impact on learning. Every teacher that participating in the interviews was able to give different examples of how iPads are just another tool in the classroom now, and they don't seem to be able to just do away with them now after 4 years of them being used. And the last but not least, iPads are a liability. There is a lot of losses, iPads being broken, charges being lost, and so on and so forth. So the teachers had that concern as far as the iPads become a liability. This was a great experience. Thank you for allowing me to share with you.